2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Hey, yo.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we all doing?
I'd like to mark myself as safe during Cyclone Alfie.
How about your, are there any tidal surges where you are, Ash? We're worried about
it's right
your
on high tide now. No, our building has held up really well, which is fantastic. But the beach, I think, Nikki, on the Gold Coast has been absolutely smashed.
Decimated.
Over
How
the
big
last
is the drop-off
few days.
now?
I haven't been over this morning, but it's right on high tide as we speak. I just checked. It's a 1.6 metre high tide, but there's flooding issues on the Gold Coast. You hop on, you can see people's backyards. If they're on a canal, the water's right up to their doorstep. And, yeah, a lot of people will be riding out the next couple of days, but the beach has just been smashed. Probably about a 4 metre drop.
Well, you know it's big when you're seeing grown men in their board shorts who don't dare jump off it for fear they'll never get back up again.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we actually went for a walk one of the days. Sorry, Nick, we went for a walk one of the days and we were sort of, just making our way up north towards Main Beach. And we saw 2 kids, probably about 16, who they jumped down and they kind of flirted with the surf and then they raced back up the sandhill and the police were straight on them.
Really?
Because, the beaches were closed and I think they see that as some type of, threat, obviously, because people would have to go in and rescue them if the tide did get them. One of the boys said it's like a $16,000
Yeah, if they can't get
fine.
back up, they're stuffed.
Oh, of course. It was pretty dangerous, very dangerous. Go ahead.
I saw one guy on the Sunshine Coast. This was before it was a big drop-off. It was about a 2 metre drop-off. And he'd gone down and then he couldn't get back up, much like you were describing. And he was pulling on the vines trying to get himself up. I mean, the fathead didn't realise if you went 30 metres along, you could get up quite easily. But this is what's happening. People are getting stuck and washed away. There were 2 foreigners who did it yesterday. They thought they'd go for a little swim in the shallows and the police had to go and rescue them. And they were still proud of themselves, though.
God. It's pretty weird. I just on the way, I have a pretty small commute on the way in, but just like I went through like a huge patch of like where the water just goes whoosh on either side of you without even seeing it, which is pretty freaky. Mm-hmm. Like I swear there was nothing on the road, but it's just there. But it's
potholes too.
Yeah, I came across 2 big potholes, which was just like, again, they come out of nowhere. You actually got to remind yourself that you're in a major weather situation because they're just there before you see it. And I swear, like literally just out here near Gasworks, like I had to swerve a pothole and like semi lost control of the car for like a millisecond. But yeah, Brisbane City Council.
Oh yeah, and a hot tip. If you're driving along the freeways or whatever, don't use cruise control because if you aquaplane, the car speeds up.
Yeah, well, exactly. That's exactly. The Brisbane City Council Watch and Act emergency alerts have been issued early today for people in Kenmore area, around Oxley Creek and the city's southwestern parts of Ipswich as well. Major flooding warnings, major flood warnings, Logan, Albert Rivers, a bunch of different areas. So we'll keep you up to date too anyway.
Absolutely.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yeah, floodwaters appear to be the big risk now. We've taken down all of the taping that we had for our windows and whatnot. I think that the winds have gone and now we're just settling in for the rain and the loss of power. I don't know how you guys fare. How did everybody fare over the
That was okay. It's been pretty
weekend in the power front?
Widespread in Brizzy, I think. Yeah.
We've done all right, but I know that Buzz got hit hard and he's currently pushing water down the side of his house because his pipes are backed up.
No, really?
And that's not a euphemism.
No,
for real.
He's literally doing that.
Yes, he's been in a world of hurt.
Yeah,
we
no
were pretty
power
lucky
for 20
here.
hours.
On the Broncos Roosters game. So what was that, Thursday night? Excuse me. About 8 o'clock, just as the game was underway, my brother-in-law lost power, and he's still without it. And they're in at Main Beach. Yeah. Everyone in my family went down. We had my sister lost power, my brother lost power, my mum lost power, my parents-in-law lost power, brother-in-law lost power, and my dad lost power as well. But we kept it on through the whole of Surface. So
well, I reckon almost 500,000 homes and businesses have lost power since Friday. And at the moment, Energex and Ergon workers have reinstated power to more than 150,000 homes, including 40,000 yesterday, but still a lot without power, which is that's a huge inconvenience.
Well, you see people wandering around in the rain and the winds on the news, and you're like, what are they doing out? And you realise they're just trying to find coffee because they can't make it at home.
Yeah.
And they're all coming down from caffeine. I'd be out. It'd be like a zombie apocalypse. If I ran out of chai, it would be panic stations. I'd be swimming stuff.
We ran out of milk, and I went on a milk mission yesterday, and I could. First of all, it was hard to find anywhere that was open. I found a few servos, but they were just cleaned out of milk and bread. You can't find milk and bread. I ended up with the oat milk. That's what I've got in the fridge at the moment.
Is that right?
You might end up being like a hipster convert now, Ash.
Oh, it could work. You know what I feel bad about is we ran into like a guy in a camper van. You know, only a young guy.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, where should we go? Where should we go? And I said, mate, this was before the cyclone hit, so it must have been on the Thursday or the Friday. And I said, well, mate, if your wheels work, I'd just head north. I'd go north because they reckon, remember we were saying if you're on the northern end of the cyclone, it doesn't cop it as bad as the southern end. And we all thought it was going to cross between Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
No. He didn't go to Hervey Bay, did he?
Well, I don't know because I didn't keep his details, but if he had gone to Hervey Bay, I would have thought, oh, well, he's as safe as a house there. And now Hervey Bay is under. Like, where did that come from? Was anyone talking about Hervey Bay last week?
Nope.
It's so bizarre already where it hits and where it doesn't. Like, I'm just north of the city. But I feel like there we got underdone. Like at the moment, like I had to go through that Breakfast Creek region today, which is usually, it goes under, like right near the river there. But it's okay at the moment, like near the Burrabin Bowls Club and everything. That area there's fine. But further north, as you said, you see the vision of even the sunny coast. It looks like bedlam up there.
It has been, the wind is being insane up here. It's been really, really windy. It was quite scary on Saturday night, Sunday morning, and we didn't see that coming. We actually went out to dinner to celebrate the end of Alfred. And woke up at 2 going, holy heck, this is not good. And it just keeps changing. The wind keeps changing direction. And then it's just calm. You're like, oh, it's over. And then it fires up again. You're like, no, it's not. Yeah, it's weird. It's really weird.
All the updates coming out throughout the morning.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
We've got a very special guest on this morning. I've worked with him several times. He is a famous comedian, goes viral all the time. Whenever we go overseas, everyone knows who he is. It is Troy Kinney.
Oh, yes.
I know Troy's work. Hello, mate.
Rock on.
You've gotten better at your introductions, Nikki. I'll give you that.
Hey, thank you, Troy.
Can we not?
Only a week or two ago, she'd still be rabbiting on for another 3 minutes.
Without saying your name.
Before she'd get to you. Hey, I referenced you the other week, Troy. We had a classic moment. It made me think of one of your viral clips that Nikki was talking about, where Lockie, old numbnuts over here, answers our phone. He was in the kitchen and he was. We've got an ice making machine, and he was saying to our big boss who was up from Sydney. The boss was like, "So is that plumbed up, that ice making machine?" And Lockie's like, "No. It actually just produces the water by itself, and then it freezes it." And we were both
It was the sweat. It was the sweat of the.
Are you serious? This thing makes its own water. It produces its own water and then turns it to ice. And then Jess, who is our receptionist out the front, goes, "No, I fill that with water every morning, you moron. I fill that with..." And
But we all believed it.
Exactly like that skit that you had about the
the
husband
magic
with the ironing.
washing basket.
Yes.
I actually refer in my column that comes out this weekend, I refer directly to your washing basket sketch.
Oh, it's a classic.
Because
Really?
it just sums it up. I basically, it's about there's equality in the workplace, but not at home still. people still expect women to do the laundry, and the magic washing basket is the prime example. And that's what you're good at, Troy. Observational. Yeah. You're really good at it.
I'm pretty much the only one of all my friends that is single without kids, and I.
Oh, really?
All my mates definitely take it for granted, and just I'll say what's for dinner, and they'll never know. My guy friends are, I'll see when I get home.
Yeah.
Getting cooked for them, must be nice.
Yeah, right.
If you can do an hour 20 of Troy acting, then jump on YouTube, because he has self-produced would you call it a sitcom, or would you call it a narrative comedy?
A narrative comedy, I guess. It's definitely not a sketch show, which a lot of people were expecting. So it's a narrative comedy. It's a story, but it's around the social media world, the stuff that we still love to make fun of, and cancel culture and fame. So all the things that are very current in the world today. So it's me playing a publicist who's trying to deal with making other people famous and keeping him out of trouble, but he gets cancelled himself straight away.
Okay.
When I look at your stuff, and I include my favourite skits, the one you did with Nikki, by the way, with the rose and the you know what, I still look at your stuff thinking, would that make it on a great television show, as opposed to a bunch of other stuff which you could argue is a pretty lazy stuff. You can still get a million hits. You know what I'm saying? And you hit that mark. Like, you still are TV quality. Or am I a dinosaur saying that?
No, well,
we are all dinosaurs.
Too,
no, we are.
We're all dinosaurs. Yeah.
But I do think that, I almost think, but also hope and believe that the cream rises to the top, because now I think through COVID, when everyone became a comedian on social media, and now it's like, it's cool to not have production value, like all the things that were fancy, the bells and whistles of TV. It's actually cool now to not have that. Like, people in their videos, their microphones they just hold it all.
Yeah.
Oh, that annoys me so much.
Guys will play their wife by putting a tea towel on their head, and we just he's now a woman. Look at that transformation.
And
it's everything's stripped back.
But it's taking our generation, I think the Gen X and the Gen Y, it's taking us a while to drop all of those shiny floor show kind of things that we
But funny's funny, right?
And funny is funny, and that's it. Like, it doesn't matter what the costume is. If the joke hits and the joke's funny, the joke's going to be memorable, and then it's going to get shared. But both of you guys are going great, and this will be a home run too. I haven't seen it. I'm definitely going to check it out. You can catch Troy's latest creation, Full Story, now on YouTube, and as he said, it's the story of Tucker Taylor and his struggling publicity agency, which sounds like a
and I must say,
you've knocked it out of the park.
It's an all-star cast. So get on board at Troy Kenny on YouTube. Thank you very much, Troy.
That's unreal.
Thank you so much.
Cheers, brother.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
It seems like, for the most part, all that looting and stuff that can accompany these natural disasters has been pretty good. I haven't heard too many stories in the news, which is
I haven't seen any.
Yeah, well, there was one up in your neck of the woods at Broadbeach, or down in your neck of the woods at Broadbeach. I think it was yesterday, where in the broad daylight, I think it was midday, Gemelli's Gelato, I'm going to say, was the name of the store in Broadbeach.
That's it. Well, I do, actually. That's like one of the places every now and then we'll go for a bike ride. We'll ride to that shop and we'll grab something. Yeah,
it's like a shop.
It's popular.
It's like, I think it's a semi bar as well. Like, it's got stuff, like a bit of everything there. But so some guys sort of broken the glass at the bottom of the door, reached through and got the handle and got in there. And it's a semi-bar, so you've got a whole rack of wine up above the gelato. Is it gelato or gelati? I never know.
Gelato.
Gelato. So he's gone past the expensive wine rack and gone to the cash register. It was empty. They don't keep the cash on the premises there, as many places don't. So he's got nothing, and then you see him sort of see the gelato. And he's essentially stolen 6 scoops of gelato. What's that fancy
Did he put
brown
him
one coffee
into a
one?
container or how did
Into a container. He
put a
found
lid
the
on
biggest
it?
container and found 6. And is it tiramisu or something like that? One of the flavours he took.
It'll be
particular
tiramisu. It's a good one. All the butterscotch
good one.
is nice.
It was one of those ones.
Yeah.
And then, admittedly, on the
Did
way.
he get sprinkles? Did he get
No added sprinkles.
a flake?
Did he take a spoon?
No, I don't think he even took. No, he was taste testing. I think from those sample little
with a paddle
plastic
pop stick.
sample paddle pop sticks. So and then has taken as this is all happening, I think they're watching him on the security camera. So they've called the police.
Yeah.
So he's and on the way out he's going, oh, hang on, this isn't enough. So he did grab 2 bottles of scotch on the way out.
he did grab some alcohol
he
on
did
the way
actually
out.
grab 2 bottles of whiskey on the way out.
But hang on, didn't he forget something?
Yeah, and then so the cops get him anyway, about 15 metres down the road, but
he's drunk. He's drunk and he's eating gelato.
He's eating
He was the
gelato.
prime suspect.
He's like that fat possum in the bin meme that's been through the bakery all night.
Like the worst ever. But just to add a kicker to it, he left his phone in the store just in case they didn't find him. He's put his phone down to eat the gelato and left his phone there. The worst criminal ever. But what about the owner? The owner's who should be the angriest man in the world. These idiots, compromised this whole spot. The owner's said this afterwards.
Come down to Gelato Gemelli in Nobby's and we'll be more than happy to give you a free sample, and even if he wants to come back for a free scoop, we'll happily we'll give one for him.
He's welcoming him back.
That's funny. He's giving him the best press ever. This is a good way to get it out there. He's like, thanks, mate.
Doesn't that guy seem like a great bloke?
Yes.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Right now, Nikki, it's the moment we've all been waiting for all weekend to do with these mystery voices.
I'm a bit excited.
13 24 10 right now. You want to have the first crack at 50K. These are the ones you're listening for.
I listen to Nova.
If you think you've got any idea about those 4 voices who all have some kind of connection to one Nikki Osborne, we want to hear from you right now.
Now, Mitch,
Yes.
who knows who the mystery voices are? I know that Nikki is aware of who the voices are, and on Friday we established that Buzz, he also knows. But then I was listening to you this morning talking to Alicia and Lockie.
Yes.
And it turns out both of them know as well.
Really?
They do know.
Yes.
And that's it. That is it.
No. And then Lockie was...
What about Samara?
I don't think Samara knows.
Wow. Okay.
I don't think Samara knows. I think there's me, Lockie, Alicia, or Dylan, because he's the sound guy.
So Dylan
He needs to know what's going on.
What
and
if
Buzz.
he goes on tour with his drums and gets blind at some roadhouse and tells a bunch of people? And he's capable of that. I've seen him.
We don't let him out of that booth, do we? I haven't seen him out of the booth.
Not
He's
now, we
just-
don't. Because of this.
He's locked in.
He's locked in.
Also,
well, Lockie
coming
was
up
the one who was the most disturbing for me because Lockie was saying, and nobody would have thought of this had Lockie not suggested it. But out of nowhere, Lockie goes, "Oh yeah, I know where they are, but I hope no one tries to tickle me, and then I might give up the answers or something like that." Like,
what? He said tickle.
Who was possibly thinking of that to begin with? And now you
tickle
just think,
torture.
well, if you tickle Lockie hard enough, he's going to give up one of the voices.
Well, now we know what's going on in the bedroom with Lockie and his wife.
Yeah.
She's just tickling all the answers out of him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
So we do that. If we get a couple of weeks in and no one knows the answer, maybe we just send Lockie out in the street and we just see how much you need to tickle him before we get the answers.
I think we get one of those tickle chairs and we take Lockie out onto the street. People can tickle him all they want until he gives up one of the answers.
A tickle chair?
A tickle chair.
Is there such a thing?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Surprised you don't know about it, Lutzi. Surprised you don't know about
what's
it.
in your basement.
13, 24, 10.
Where's the hole in it?
The tickle chair will flood away.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
Come
Give me that cash.
Schlutsy and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices.
Cha-ching, cha-ching.
Guess these 4 voices.
I listen to
Nova.
And win a guaranteed $50,000.
Here we go, Ash Schlutsy and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. The first guess.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. We have Craig out of Caloundra on the line this morning. G'day, Craig.
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Good, mate. How's it going at Caloundra this morning?
Yeah, no, pretty good. We were pretty lucky with the wild weather on the weekend, so we fared a lot better than some other places. So thanking our lucky stars up here, mate.
Good on you, buddy.
I feel like you're like a journalist or something. I feel like we've made a professional cross right now. You seem very chipper and very across it.
No,
incredibly polished. No, it's like, yeah, all right. Yeah, Mrs. is cranky. Yeah.
No, nothing like that. No.
All right.
We'll give you one more listen to these.
You've got a guess for us.
Exactly.
No worries.
You want to hear them again? We'll go again, and then you give them to us in your order, Craig. Here we go. Here's the voices.
I listen to
Nova.
Who have we got?
Mate, I reckon the first one is Sophie Monk. I think the connection is you might have been in a movie with her. And second one, Eric Idle from your comedy shows. Comedy Festival.
I love that you know all my stuff. This is making me sound really good.
That's it. Perez Hilton from I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of There, and Lisa McKeown from the Dancing with the Stars. What do you reckon?
There we go. So what are the 4 again? I've lost it.
You just rattled off my CV.
We got Sophie Monk, Eric Idle, Perez Hilton, and Lisa McKeown.
That's it.
So who does
thought out suggestions, mate?
Who does the
I know. I love. He's done his research. Did you have to research this, or did you just know what I did?
No, I'm not a stalker or anything. I heard it first thing this morning and Googled you up. So yeah.
It's pretty easy to stalk these days. It's 10 seconds on the Google. You know what used to take 2 years of intense stalking. It's fantastic, Craig. So who does the? Is this you, Mitch?
Nikki's got the honours.
Okay, so yeah, I can say, Craig, you have got 0 voices correct this morning, unfortunately.
Right, okay.
Never mind. That's all right. It was a bit of fun over breakfast, so all good. Good luck to everyone else.
Thank you very much, Craig. And back to you, Mitch.
We've got another chance coming up before 9 a.m. this morning. You want to have another crack after we've just ruled out 4 thanks to Craig. But
exactly.
Craig,
you're ruling out there, so it's actually good. You're actually helping other people. You can put a line through Lisa McKeown, finally.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
1 second wonders.
Righto. I mean, I feel like the competition's been pretty split over the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to play you first second of a song, and you guys have to give me title and artist. We're just going with bands here, so a nice cross-section of bands from the last couple of decades.
Oh, Jesus.
Is there a theme, Mitchell?
Bands.
No.
Bands is the theme.
Nothing in particular, just bands. No solo artists, just straight-up bands. And I would say, looking at it...
Well, if it's bands, I mean, there's not many bands these days, so it's got to be a bit of a throwback.
Yeah, and it would, it's in there sort of, top 2 or 3 hits. So, I mean, I think it pretty recognisable.
I feel like this is very much playing to the boys' strengths here. Bands, I think I'm about to get smashed.
That's actually sexist. You just said
well, it is gender bias.
I'm offended by that.
I'm offended
stereotyping.
We're both offended by it. You say that.
You should be complimented.
Oh, that's easy. That's what she did. Then she gaslights you. It's our fault.
You're so good at this, David. You're so good at it.
Look, I'm saying that Ashley, he's a manly man despite Jody owning his ass.
All right, song number 1, the very first second. Here we go.
Jeez, the boys are back in town or something?
Screaming Jets.
No. I've had 2.
You're reaching, buddy.
2 wrong so far.
No idea. Can you play it again?
I'll give you.
Oh.
No idea. I've got no idea. I'm drawing blanks.
What the hell is that? What the hell is that? Oh, even now.
Oh.
Divinals.
No, something like that. It's What's the name of the? Is it a chick's name? Is the song? Is it?
I can only hear Nikki.
Call me.
Blondie.
Blondie, call me. Geez, that's a tough one. I'm not that bloody old.
You are so good at
See, I
this,
wasn't
David.
even-
I too, though.
All right, we'll give you.
I wasn't born yet.
Sure.
No, here we go. We give you half a point each. Ash and Lutzi both getting a title and an artist. All right, song number 2.
Oh, damn.
Oh,
I'm struggling today.
oh.
Again, Mitchell?
Yeah, I've got to give you more than that.
I'm actually. This is not in my.
Is that the Rolling Stones?
Nah.
No, I
I think that's more contemporary.
Indeed. I'll give you.
Is it White Stripes?
What's that song?
I'll give you a little bit more of a taste.
Stop right now.
Oh,
Thank
stop
you
right
very
now. Thank you very much. Spice Girls.
Half each, surely.
We'll go half each again.
I wasn't thinking the Spice Girls, that's for sure.
No one to say the Screaming Jets again.
No one's angry about that, Ash. All right, Lutzi with 2 half points. Nikki in there with a half point.
This is tough today.
Stellar competition. All right, song number 3.
Oh,
bam,
5 Seconds of Summer.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a good guess.
You're insecure.
No.
Don't know what for. You don't know you're beautiful.
You don't know. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
No?
You want to cut your half there?
One
You
Direction.
don't know you're beautiful.
Oh, yeah, it's One Direction.
Oh, why did I call it 5 Seconds of Summer? Oh, God damn it.
Oh, sure.
I should have known we were going to
Okay,
follow
yeah.
the Spice Girls up with bloody One Direction.
It just makes sense. All right, well,
So hang on, do I get half there?
you both got half a point
Yeah.
again. So Lutzi's got one and a half total. All right, here we go. I think
got one.
This is a good first second here.
Green Day, American Idiot.
That's a good guess.
Screaming through, Lutzi.
See, there you're back to my wheelhouse. 90s rock.
Oh, yeah, that real masculine stuff that Lutzi listens to.
One Direction
Back
was
when you had
ass.
hair to throw around.
Bloody Green Day, of course. Of course I'm going to get that.
All right, here we go. Song number 5.
One day we'll play the Screaming Jets, mate. You'll
Shush,
get one right.
shush, shush. I'm concentrating.
Hang on.
There you
Oh.
go. Yeah, that's...
Hang on.
No, taking my breath just to know your name. The
Killers. The Killers. I'll get half a point.
Bring it back, bring it back. Hang on, what's it called?
Somebody told me.
Breaking my back just to know your name? Oh, bloody hell. Oh, God damn.
It's a good game.
Lutzi,
Oh.
3.5 points. Nikki, 1 point. Ash,
Screaming Jets.
absolutely nothing.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Now, one of my mates is in the news overnight because he's doing the comedy festival in Adelaide at the moment.
is it on?
And he gave a couple of people the boot from his show and it's gone viral. So we've got him on the line. We have Dave Hughes.
Hey, Dave.
Yes, look, hello, legends. Look, I'm not one for kicking audience members out in general, but when you give people 5 warnings that they need to be quiet and they don't listen to any of those warnings, every now and again you just got to push the button. You know, you've got to get them out.
So what happened? How did it all go down? What were they saying? Are they just being annoying, or what was going on?
Yeah, I think. Look, they were in the second row, and I think they were just discussing stuff that I was talking about. But it was like they were on Gogglebox. You know, they were like they would. I think they were discussing the themes that I was bringing up. But you know what? It was way too loud. This woman was way too drunk. And, I tried to negotiate with her and she just would not listen to me. She would just kept talking. So I said, look, if you keep talking, you're going to have to go. And she didn't believe me, but she found out that she had to go. So, yeah.
I think we've got a bit of...
Oh, yeah, right.
Sorry, I was going to say, I think we've got a little bit of audio. Like, I've been to a lot of your gigs and I've seen you're incredibly tolerant because everyone thinks that they're your best mate and everyone's yelling stuff out at you all the time. So for you to reach this point, they must have been a real pain in the ass. But we've got some audio, I believe. Do you have that, Mitch?
I'm sorry, it's my show. So, you call one more time around. Alright, that's it. Alright, seriously, front, when someone's speaking like that, it's so distracting, and everyone around them, it's the height of rudeness.
Jeez, that's next level. Hey,
Sounds like Parliament Hour, doesn't it?
I know, that's crazy. Dave, I mean, the reality, though, these days is, Hughesy, that, like, on some level, this sucks. Like, you've got to look at who is doing it and go, okay, am I going to get attacked here because this is some group that can, like, be victimised in some way? Because everyone seems to grab that handle now and depending, whatever, like, you know, whatever the freaking hell they are, like, can go, oh, no, he kicked me out and I was pregnant. Like, you would have had to have made a call
Or she was hard of hearing and her friends were explaining it.
Or 1 million different things, right, that anyone can grab on now, and that seems to be the way society's going, that, you know, they can do that. So
I'm thinking of breastfeeding.
Yeah, was there a point where you thought, oh, is this worth having a crack at these people that could, you know what I mean?
I know what you're saying. Yeah, absolutely. At one point, they were talking to each other, and I thought they were going to point out that someone had some sort of, you know, issue, if you know what I mean.
Whatever it is.
Yeah, I know. It's like,
yeah, one of a million.
Yeah. I hear you, and I did have that thought, but it was just too much. It was like I just couldn't. You know what I realised when you're talking to people who. Look, the woman was clearly drunk, and but I realised that she won't even remember this the next day. Yeah. You know, so you're trying to be nice to someone who won't have any memory of the incident at all, and you know they might have been watching the news because it ended up on the news and going, "Oh, I wonder who that was," without realising it was them. You know?
It was me. It was me. But the other thing is, Hughesy, it seems like you had the crowd behind you as well. Like it wasn't like you threw them out and then the crowd. Wasn't supporting you, because I think for most people when they go to comedy shows, when you get the hecklers or you get people like you were saying just commenting on your set so far,
conversation.
Like it's as frustrating for the rest of the audience as what it must be for you when you're up behind the mic.
Yeah, I could see people around these people getting really annoyed. No, I was getting really annoyed. So, yeah look, the reaction from the crowd, I didn't realise it was going to be that strong. But, yeah, it made me know I'd made the right decision, basically. So, and, you know, the funny thing is we had to stop the show for probably 3 or 4 minutes to get them out. Yeah. But as soon as they left, the crowd, like, lifted a level. They're like, yeah, we are going to bloody laugh really hard at everything you say because we agree with what you did. So... yeah, you do worry that it will just kill the vibe of the whole night, but it didn't.
And so it's a show. You're doing a show. Like imagine it's like it's no in some sort of sense in a creative and theatrical way. It's like having a conversation during a play on Broadway. Like if you did that, you get thrown out. So how's it any different when Hughesy's up there? You're doing a set. Like you're not just up there talking shit. Like it's actually work's gone into it. Like
as Hughesy said, it is the height of rudeness.
Yeah, absolutely it is.
But it also gets back to the fact that people think that they're funny as well and that they can contribute. Like on some level, they probably thought that they were...
But they weren't talking to Hughesy. They were talking to themselves. And that's what, like, I think it's just modern. Like, people just think they can do whatever they want. Now, even not that I'm drawing comparisons between your show and the Australian Open, but at the tennis this year, I've never heard so many people just having mid-rally, just conversations with each other at full tilt, like full voice. I'm like, what are you doing? Do you have no understanding of what you've bought tickets for? Like, what are you actually doing here?
It's crazy.
Look, Hughesy, I think you're doing well. You've just got women chatting to each other in your show. Where I did a cruise ship gig once. I had a woman run up and try and punch me on the stage.
Yeah,
so thankfully,
that's another level.
Yeah, that's cruise ships for you, though.
Hey, Hughesy, did I see that there's an Australian story? I saw something this morning. I don't know if it's about to come out or if it has come out. But what's the go with that, mate?
Mate, it's tonight, in fact, so on the ABC.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's, they did the Australian story on me. So, if you haven't had enough of me, you can watch tonight. So they filmed for bloody what felt like months. So, and I don't know how they're going to boil it down to half an hour, but they are apparently. So, I can't wait to see it myself, to see the Dave Hughes story on the ABC tonight.
Unreal. And the best thing is, while it's on, you can have a chat with your mates.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I think it was Friday that we copped the worst of it on the Gold Coast as far as Cyclone Alfred was concerned, and it was scary here, but it wasn't out of control. And but there was a period there, it went from about 7 o'clock on the Friday night through until probably about 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock on the Saturday morning, where our windows were rattling and the rain was vertical as it flew along the esplanade.
Horizontal.
Horizontal, I meant. Thank you,
The bad
Nikki,
one.
for the correction.
The bad one. It went sideways.
Going in the direction it's not meant to go. That's for sure. But we didn't sustain any major damage. We had a bit of glass actually from one of the balustrades, and the units above us flew off at one stage, and that was about the extent of the damage. But we were talking over the weekend, and I think I said last week that my old man, he's been through 2 Cat 5 cyclones, along with his wife Elise, up at Mission Beach, when they lived at Mission Beach. And Cat 5 is a whole new ball game. That's as bad as it gets. Think Cyclone Tracy type stuff. But Elise was telling us that in one of their Cat 5 cyclones, they bought the place. They literally just finished renovating it, which had been a huge operation the week before. It was done. And they had 1 week where they were able to enjoy it before the cyclone hit, the first one. I think it was Yasi. And Elise was saying just before the cyclone hit, she walked into the bathroom and she had a bit of a headache, and she got out an aspirin, and she was about to have the aspirin, and for whatever reason she didn't take it, but she put it down onto the basin in the bathroom and then went about doing something else. The cyclone hit. They lost their roof. They lost everything. The whole roof came off, walls came down, and they ended up bunkering in the shed, which was made out of Besser bricks, and so they saw the storm out there. Next morning, they got up to inspect the house, what was left of it. The roof's gone, it's over there, trees are down everywhere. But she walked into the bathroom, and the aspirin was still there. Somehow or other, no roof. There's no roof. The shower screen had been blown out, and somehow or other, this bloody aspirin saw its way through the entire storm. I don't know how. Pain
relief that lasts.
Yeah, well, that's it.
Aspirin.
Yeah. I don't know if anything bizarre happened like that, but that was just like, and they had a chessboard. All of the chess pieces were gone, but this aspirin somehow or other managed to see it
maybe
through
got a
the
little
entire
bit
storm.
wet underneath and kind of like cemented itself onto the bench.
Yeah, it could have.
Where was that house again? Where were
that was at Mission Beach, which is it's about 2 hours south of Cairns. That they got hit by Yasi, but yeah, that was about it. And I actually saw more trees down on the Gold Coast on the yesterday on Sunday. So the Saturday night storms that we had, I don't know wind wise whether or not they were stronger than what we experienced when the actual. Compared to Friday night, but
with trees, it's nuts, right?
I just wonder, Lutzy, whether because we had that sustained rain, whether the grass is sort of soaked
softens the roots.
It softens the roots, and then the wind sort of lifts the whole tree up.
Look, there's big. I know on the coast I saw Coolangatta and probably around near you, but right around the corner here at like on whatever that is, Sky Ring Terrace or whatever, just here at Tenerife. Like there's some of those huge trees out the front of the wool stores have been completely ripped out, and I saw some vision yesterday. So isn't that
I get really
crazy,
sad
though?
when I see a giant tree down. I just feel like, oh man, he's lived here the longest, and now it's over because they're legacy trees, and I feel sad.
Yeah, that's crazy, isn't it? When they go.
Yeah, but I do think you're right, Ash. I think they get wet roots, and it just makes them slippery dippery, and over they go.
Crazy.
And we've got to be careful of gum tree limbs as well, because they get waterlogged. So after it's been dry and then they get waterlogged, they just drop. Even without wind, they just drop. So perhaps don't park your car under a big gum branch, because it could just drop.
Better go.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
I'm smarter than. I'm smarter than who?
The Brighton Answer deal is here, with one lucky person winning $100,000 off the price of their new home every month. Drop into your nearest Brighton display home today.
Yes, let's say good morning to John out of Mount Cotton.
Johnny boy.
Where it says, John, that you've been without power since Friday.
Oh, he's a long-time listener.
What's going on, mate?
No power.
Not much. Just trying to head to Coles get some bread. And milk.
Good luck. Good luck, mate. I went to the supermarket yesterday. There's no bread. There's no milk. There's no fresh fruit and veggies.
Might be different in Mount Cotton. There was a lot of bread at where I went yesterday, and just down at Ascot. So
what?
It's weird.
Yeah,
some places have it, some places don't.
Yeah, right. Okay, well, fingers crossed.
My shelves were bare. By the way, can I came up with a genius hack. I only need the milk for my coffee.
Yeah.
So all of the milk was gone, and I'll be damned, David. I'll be damned if I'm going to drink that oat milk.
It's just not on, is it?
Nah.
You don't go that far.
There's no way. I'm not an oat milk guy.
But John,
okay?
check Mount Cotton, mate. You might, like as I said at Ascot yesterday, I bought so much bread. It was biblical. At one stage, I threw a loaf at a leper. That's how it was incredible, mate.
I'll try our luck anyway. See what happens.
There we go.
But here's my tip. If you just need the milk for the coffee, do you know what I bought, Lutzy?
What?
I bought a thing of coffee milk, coffee-flavoured milk, and I'm adding that to my coffee this morning. It is genius. You can't tell the difference.
Oh, mate.
Done deal. I might grab a
It's a great cheat.
No,
That's exactly what I've got, John. Exactly what I've got. Shout out to Dare Coffee.
Spielberg's getting the movie rights to that one. That's going to be...
Well, he'll be in a bidding war, my friend.
With Scorsese.
Yeah, I will go with the highest bidder. I'm talking to Francis Ford Coppola's daughter as we speak.
That actually makes sense.
In your face.
I think she
in your
oatmeal.
face.
Oat milk or something.
All right, how much are we playing for, Mitch?
300.
300, John, out of Mount Cotton without power since Friday night. Good luck to you, my friend. And here we go. 30 seconds on the clock. And your time starts now. In Scrabble, how many points is the P tile worth?
3.
Millie Bobby Brown is married to the son of which iconic rock musician?
No idea.
What is the fastest animal in the world?
Cheetah.
Bangkok is the capital of which Asian country?
Thailand.
What is 63 plus 76?
129.
Stop the clock.
139.
Hang on a second.
How long did he have on the clock there, Mitch?
Still got a second.
How long?
A second. 1 second.
Just a Lutzies. Only a Lutzies in it, John, but it might be enough.
Just before we
One
get...
lucky's enough.
Yeah, just before we go, I'm just going to post the photo I just took up on my Insta. Just tagging everyone and have a quick look now at that Lutzy. Nikki's probably not going to be happy with the photo, but I'll put it up. I'm just saying. Just caught her. She was just talking to the dentist, and I got a photo of her. Ash, have a quick look when you get a chance. Who's got you? Who's got your gimp, mate?
Tom Grennan has got it this morning.
I'm bringing in the gimp. I'm bringing in the gimp. I'm bringing in the gimp.
Beautiful.
Thank you, Tom.
Beautiful. And by the way, we should have said John is also in the draw for the BYD Shark 6 colour of his choice, final show of the year. All right, Nikki, 30
John,
seconds
I'm
on
up
the
against
clock.
John, am I?
Yeah, John.
Yep. And your time starts now. In Scrabble, how many points is the P tile worth?
2.
Millie Bobby Brown is married to the son of which iconic rock musician?
God, I don't know. Keith Richards.
What is the fastest animal in the world?
A cheetah.
Bangkok is the capital of which Asian country?
Thailand.
What is 63 plus 76?
139.
David.
Yeah, we still had the echoes of the gun, so that's a definite inclusion. With nothing left.
With nothing left, we're taking it, and with that, we'll take a double Tuco.
Tape.
And we will work from the bottom up. What is 63 plus 76? John said 129. Nikki said 139. 139 is correct. Bangkok is the capital of which Asian country? You both said Thailand. That is correct. 2-1, Nikki. The fastest animal in the world? You both said the cheetah. That's wrong.
What's the fastest? What rubbish are you about to tell me? Oh, what rubbish. That's a bird.
Falcon.
Tell you what,
it's an animal, and it's in the world.
Do yourself a favour and check them out on YouTube. They are like... They're like fighter jets. Peregrine Falcon.
Perineum
They
Falcon.
can go like 300 kilometres
not
an
the
hour
Perineum
or something.
Falcon.
The Perineum Falcon. That's a different one. Yeah, right.
That's totally different.
That's a move I tried last
That's in
year.
a different nest, down low.
The Perineum Falcon. Can I try the Perineum Falcon on you tonight? No, you can't.
You can
Thank you.
if you want to have a good labour. That's when you bust out the Perineum Falcon.
Come on. 2-1, 2 to play. Millie Bobby Brown is married to the son of which iconic rock musician?
John Bon Jovi, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it is
What do you
John
mean,
Bon
yeah?
Jovi.
No idea.
Sorry, I bust you.
Well, you say like John Bon Jovi, isn't it? But you've heard the question twice now and had like a couple of minutes to think of an answer.
Yeah, Monday expert, right? Monday.
It is 2-1 to Nikki. Final question in Scrabble. How many points is the P tile worth? Nikki reckons it's worth 2. John says it's worth 3. John is correct. It's a 2-all draw, but with 1 second left on the clock, that will be enough for John to win. $300. Hey,
Well done, John.
Yo, happy days.
Happy days indeed.
I'm dirty, it's Falcon.
$300 and in the draw for the BYD Shark 6 at the end of the year as well. Our final show could be going home with a brand new car. Imagine all the iced coffees you could be buying with that this morning. Lutzy, $300.
Yeah, 100%.
That's pretty
Just
cool.
called in the car park. Bring it on.
Take the tip, mate. Take the tip.
Can I just do the
12
cake?
years of private education and I still said cheetah. What's going on?
Like, I reckon 95% of people in the car said cheetah. I mean, this Perineum Falcon, I've never heard of the bloody thing. I'm just going to add, I only got $300, but I can see here, John, a cool new one. It's $100. Apparently, Krispy Kreme and Kit Kat have collab.
No.
Stop it! So I've got a donut delivery voucher, $100, Krispy Kreme, Kit Kat collab coming your way too, Johnny. Good on you, brother. You're old school. I love you.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
So Sod's Law, if you're going to have a medical event, it's going to happen during a cyclone, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this is what has happened to me over the last few days. As you guys know, because I've been whinging and moaning about this sore thing on my gum that I've had since the first week I started in there. And everyone's going, oh, it's just an ulcer. You're just tired. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. You know, just kind of fobbing it off. I even went to the dentist a few weeks ago and she went, oh, I think it is just an ulcer. And I'm like, okay, it's been a few weeks now. All right. Anyway, it got worse just as they said everything's closing for Cyclone Alfred. So all of a sudden I've got this manky sore mouth and I'm Googling and panicking. And I'm like, who do I know who's a dentist? Because I can't get in to see anyone.
Yeah.
And the only dentist I know is our current Education and Arts Minister, JP Langbrook.
Yeah, of course.
So he's running around kind of in crisis management, managing
Might be a tad
state.
busy at the moment.
Yeah, you're not even one of his constituents.
Yes, but you know, as one does, if they've got a medical contact, you have to exploit them when you're worried about yourself. So I've sent him a text. I've said, JP, I know it's been a while since you've been in the dentist chair, but I've got this funky manky thing in my mouth and it won't go away.
I've got manky mouth syndrome. What can
I've
we do about
got manky mouth syndrome. Can you help me? And he said, yeah, I'm driving to Parliament House right now, but can you just send me a photo of it? So I've taken the worst selfie on the planet, which he better not ever post.
Yeah, I just
and I've sent it to him.
Instagram, by the way. You'll have a look at that in a second on my Insta, but keep going.
And then he's gone, hang on, I've got to pull over for this one. So he's pulled over. He's looking at my mouth and he goes, you're a scrubber. I'm like, I beg your pardon? And he goes, you are a scrubber. I'm like, what? He goes, you brush your teeth too hard. And I'm like, well, yeah, you got to get in there. He said, no, you don't get in there. You're buggering your gums. And I'm like, oh, no. And he said, and that thing, that, like, often people come in with that and it's either mouth cancer or I'm like, what? He said, or herpes. I'm like, what? And he's like, I don't think it's cancer. I'm like, it's not bloody herpes unless Jeremy's been playing around. Geez. He's like, no, it wouldn't be Jeremy playing around. It would be you deep diving. I'm like, I beg your pardon. It's definitely not happened.
JP has a really elaborate knowledge of this.
So he's called me a scrubber. He's given me herpes.
Do you use a manual toothbrush? Like just a, not electric?
I do. I'm old school. And he said, you shouldn't do that. I need to get the electric ones. I think so, right? Because I need to stop being a scrubber. So anyway, he's diagnosed me with, he thinks I've got some bit of nut or something wedged in there. And he said it has to be surgically removed. So I've been sitting here sweating bullets trying to get into a hospital to have that done. And just before Smarter Than Who, I got a phone call. I got the phone call and I get to go to hospital tomorrow. I'm really excited because I finally get to deal with my manky mouth. But anyway, I have to go to hospital.
JP's not doing the surgery, is he? No, I mean, he's played his full at the moment.
He's got cabinet tomorrow.
No, but he'll probably come and Instagram it just for shits and giggles because that's the kind of minister he is.
So what? You go to a hospital and a dentist goes to the hospital. You don't get a
No,
dentist
I have to
surgery.
I have to see a periodontist, and they're at the hospital because apparently dentists, this is not their jurisdiction. Well, they can slice
I know what a
dice.
periodontist is, but just explain to everybody else who's not familiar with the exact role.
It's not the perineum dentist, Lutzy.
No, that's getting a run this morning.
Jeez.
It's
what was the
getting a
over-under
great
on
run.
10 perineum jokes being thrown out during the show today? I mean, I took the unders,
During a
but
cyclone,
geez.
well, we usually do take the unders when it comes to perineum.
Make it 11.
It's kind of, I've got some manky infection in my gum that has to be dealt with surgically by a periodontist.
So when you say a nut is in there, you're saying an actual...
Usually it's popcorn. It could be popcorn. You know, you get popcorn shells?
In between the tooth and the gum.
Yes.
Oh, no.
So what can happen is they can get in there. You don't even know they're in there. And then, they fester. So I've got that situation going on.
Oh, I'm glad you waited till breakfast time for this little
Yeah. I just thought I'd ruin everyone's morning.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Try Char Time's new coffee range. Iced latte, iced long black, and iced brown sugar cookie latte.
Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne's Cups of Joy.
What do we got?
Come on up.
What's going on? Well, you mentioned some great prizes. Somebody said something about great prizes.
Yeah. I mean, all week we're thanks to our mates at Chart Time, we're talking $1,000. We've got theme park experiences, spa sort of trips, movie tickets.
Crazy.
Anything could be under the Cups of Joy. Lutzy's got them in front of him. There's 3. There's something great under everything. But just depending on which one you go for, Lutzy.
That's it.
Oh, it's like the magic trick thing with the cups. And you have
I've
to
got
guess
3
them.
cups. Listen, which one? I'm actually mixing them around now. Okay, there's 3 cups in front of me, and Georgie from Newmarket, who's doing some uni work this morning and then heading to work where she's a medical receptionist at the hospital. That's a guess, but I'm presuming that's all right. Is that right, Georgie?
No, that is right, yeah.
There you go. Okay, well, that's good. That's great news, but in the
Now,
meantime...
David,
hold
are
on.
you going to explain what's under each of the 3 cups so that Georgie can then listen along and see if she can work out which cup has moved in what direction? Is that how it goes?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you right now that I've got a theme park annual family pass in Cup 1. And I've got gold class movie tickets for 2, event cinemas in another in the second cup, and $1,000 cash in the third cup. But I'm now doing a big shuffle on the cups. So I'm just shuffling them around, Georgie. So you've basically got to give me whether it's a cup 1, 2, or 3 that you want, and you will win that prize under the corresponding cup. Georgie from Newmarket. So I've done the shuffle of the cups, the Cups of Joy. Which cup would you like me to lift up?
Cup 3, please.
Okay, cup number 3, that's the one closest
I
to
love there's no empty cup.
to
This
me
is
right
wonderful.
now. No, there's no one loses here. It's fantastic.
Not with char time, guys.
And
No.
I can tell you, the first up, Mitchie, I'm confirming with you,
Oh.
that Georgie from Newmarket, you've just won $1,000 cash.
Wow.
How good is that?
That's
How you
awesome.
like them
You have to be
apples?
smarter than anyone or anything.
That is amazing. Listen,
Oh, my God.
that's laugh of joy.
Yeah.
It's just, you know.
How badly do you want to go to work today? I mean, is it too late to call
No,
in sick?
shove it.
Shove it.
I mean, a medical receptionist at a hospital, we probably shouldn't
Yeah,
be taking you
shove
on.
it. Shove it.
She could be like...
No, she could be a periodontist.
Yes,
Make
exactly.
it go. Make it go.
That could be the receptionist you need tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, my
Nikki.
goodness.
No, we need our
Thank you.
healthcare people. That's awesome. What are you going to do with that money, Georgie?
I don't know. I'm a little bit in shock. I wasn't expecting that.
Good on you. And we weren't expecting it either. That's a fantastic start of the competition.
It was like Alfred on Saturday night. It's like, who threw that?
Oh, Alfred, yeah. Sorry, yeah, Alfred.
Well, thank you, Georgie. More great prizes to go tomorrow, all thanks to our mates at Char Time.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
I was so grateful for the rugby league over the weekend. You know, we're cooped up in home. It reminded me, I think the weekend had a touch of COVID about it. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
just
definitely.
stuck in at home. And I remember in COVID, the NRL, they were the first sporting organisation to get back on the field worldwide. And so, I love that we had the footy over the weekend to sort of keep us company. But I couldn't believe my ears when I was watching one of the games on, when was it, Friday or Saturday? I think it was Saturday night, West Tigers, Newcastle. And Dan Ganane, who does the commentary for Fox Sports, and look, I think he's probably my favourite commentator, I would say. I love Dan. I think he's an unbelievable caller. But I was lying on the couch watching this match, and then Newcastle scored a try, and I was like, what did he just say? And I was able to, rewind it and go back and listen to it. And he has subsequently come out and said that he said the word mucking. They've mucked it up or something like that. But, ooh, jeez, it doesn't sound like it.
Mucking, I believe. They're mucking it up.
Mucking. Yeah.
Do we have any
Well, have a
audio
listen
of
to
it? I
it, Nikki.
haven't heard it.
This is Dan Ganane on the commentary on Saturday night.
It comes away to Marju. Marju gets there. Marju gets there. Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again, but Marju finds his way to the line.
I mean, it's what was the what was the two words?
Now
people
that
hear?
you've said mucking,
It's a
I've
bit-
heard mucking, but
He definitely
I think I
said,
would have heard what you
There's
heard.
no way he said the other word. There's no way he would do that. Like, he is a professional. Like, there's no way that's coming to his head. Like,
We're trying to remember what that one was a couple of years ago. It was that was a Green Needle and Brainstorm, and whatever you thought that you would hear, that's what you would hear. That's what you would hear. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll listen to it again now and just through the lens of
what? Of the other one?
pH, of him using the pH.
pH, yes.
Yes, okay. Listen to it.
Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again.
That's exactly
Green
what
Needle.
it is.
Yeah, that's
It's
what it
whatever
is.
you think it is what it is, because all I heard was mucking, and that way, then it was just pH for days, wasn't it?
yeah, then he just hit it hard, like no one
Like
was
hard, like really hard. Like, just to think of it again in a real hard pH and listen to him say it.
Right as the whistle.
Newcastle on the verge of mucking it up again.
Oh my God! That's all you hear. It's so aggressive.
That's all our
Like, he's
producers
angry.
are hearing too. Poor old Alicia,
Yes,
she's got her
yes.
head in her hands at the moment, freaking out about the meetings we're going to have after the show.
Like, unless
It's like you had a multi going and it
I was
just
gonna
went down
say,
the toilet. Yeah.
the only way that he said that aggressively, if he had $10,000 riding on that victory.
The Ash Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Hey, I see the Logan area. Some reports last night bracing for potential flooding, obvious the back of Cyclone Alfred. All residents have been advised to continue to monitor conditions, but particularly in relation to those flood warnings for the Logan and Albert rivers. They remain in effect this morning. We thought we'd get the mayor of Logan, John Raven, on just to talk about what seems like it's potentially a pretty dire set of circumstances for you guys in Logan at the moment, Mayor. How's things looking this morning?
Yeah, guys, it's looking a lot less wet than it was yesterday, which is great news for everybody who lives near a river in Logan. So last night at about 10:30, the Albert had an emergency alert go out because we could see that the Albert was already beyond the major flood level and there were properties being impacted. But then we had that thunderstorm coming through and we were concerned that rain overnight would make the flooding worse. Great work by our friends in the police service to get out there and door knock everyone, and we sent out messages and social media, and everyone seems to have gotten through the night okay, which is great news because the thunderstorm didn't come and the rain sort of softened back off, which is what we love to see. And we don't call him Cyclone Alfred anymore. We call him Alfie because we're so sick of him. But we've given him a nickname. He's like that weird uncle that you just can't get to move on. We want him to nick off our west and just leave us alone.
Well said. Well said. So where are we at? I saw a comment of you earlier in the weekend saying you dodged a bullet as far as Alfred was concerned with the cyclone. But as far as the flooding is concerned, are we out of the woods yet?
No, we're not out of the woods yet. So yesterday we saw a lot of flash flooding from that really heavy rain. That was from about 250 mils of rain over a 24-hour period. And there's areas that people have never seen flood before who've lived here for 40 years because our creeks came up really quickly and it cut off some pretty major roads. The good thing with that is it goes down quickly again. And so now everyone's watching the rivers, the Albert and the Logan. The Logan River, everyone who lives near the Logan River knows the Waterford Bridge is a major bridge between the north and the south of our city. There's actually a drinking game based on how often people ask, is the Waterford Bridge open? Because it's one of the most important bridges in the city. So for everyone listening at home, the Waterford Bridge is open. You now have to take a drink. I'm sorry about that.
I love that. The Mayor of Logan is encouraging drinking games based on the flooding threat level of the local bridge.
It's a thing we've been doing for a few years now, so it's a running gag. And there's also, if you see someone posting a sick photo of a drone, like from a drone up above the river, I believe people have to take, you can do coffee if you don't want to do drinking because it's very early in the morning. So drink coffee responsibly, kids. But so today what we'll be watching is what happens on the Logan River. There's still like 5 metres of water to come before the Waterford Bridge goes under. So we're a very long way from that. So we make light of it, but it's because that's how we cope with stressful situations. But I'll be down at Beenleigh this morning just checking in on people. The train station is flooded. So Beenleigh, Eagleby, Mount Warren Park and Windaroo are the ones that we're really keeping an eye on today because their river is already up. The Albert is already up and doing major flooding. So we just want to, if you could just keep the rain away from that part of the city, guys, I'd really appreciate it.
Yeah. So as
we'll
they
see
say,
what we can do.
It could be a boogie board situation or it could be rescue your nana in a DV situation.
Still hang on a thread the next 24 hours, I think, Nikki. Yeah.
That's right. Stay tuned in. Make sure you listen to Nova. Can we call it Logan Nova? Is that a thing? Can we rename it just for this?
Make the switch right now, John. You got the power, my friend.
I'm up for that.
Cool.
I think you have the record for the biggest tree, by the way. I know the one in Springwood, they reckon was 20 metres tall, came down, Mayor.
Yeah, it was huge. It was massive. And I did see, I like that Jimmy Chalmers, he got out there and tried to flex his treasurer's muscles to give it a bit of a move. But even with about 10 mates, they couldn't move it. It was that heavy.
That's Jimmy Chalmers.
He gave it a crack, though.
He gave it an Abbott treatment. That's the kind of thing Abbott would do in his DTs.
Fantastic.
I know. No DTs were involved.
Thank heaven.
Tom Tate would have tried to bench press it.
He would have spoken about the chandeliers, mate. That's what he would have been telling us about.
Well, haven't you been a breath of fresh air?
Fantastic stuff.
Yeah.
Who knew?
It's breakfast radio. We're meant to have fun. Mate.
I love it. I love it.
DJ Raven.
A round of applause, Johnny Raven.
Debut.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
DJ Raven in the house.
Fantastic.
Here we go.
Well, fingers crossed, mate. Things don't get worse next 24 hours. Our thoughts with you guys in Logan.
Thanks, guys, and we'll come back and let you know if there's anything else we need to update you with.
Cheers, mate.
See you, mate.
And drink responsibly.
Coffee.
The Ash, Lutzi and Nikki Osborne podcast.
Yeah, happy birthday, Mum, yesterday.
Happy birthday,
down there at Burnborough. Had about 16 or 17 people. Like some of the sisters and brothers couldn't come down from up north because of the cyclone, obviously, but she still chose the occasion to announce to the 16 people in the room that Nova had finally paid her for the work she did late last year.
Happy birthday.
But
Happy birthday.
Had a little caveat in it that they took tax out, which she can't understand given that she's now in her 80s.
They did not.
And they took tax out even though she hasn't earned any money for 20 years. So, I mean, that's the other element now that's continuing on. So for those playing along at home, Mum has been paid $600. but had taken 20% tax out of the
What do they slug? 20%.
20%. Yeah.
Well, what's that? $120? What's something like that?
Yeah. So this whole conversation's now over $480 or something.
I know. I mean, geez, the amount of meetings that we've had over this.
It's been
it's my cue when I leave of a daytime as we do the planning meeting, and then Lutzy goes, "Hey, can I talk a little bit about it? Mum still hasn't been. I'll see you guys tomorrow."
Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne's end of show recap.
I came up with a genius hack. I only need the milk for my coffee.
Hang on a second, guys. Well, I've peaked too early there. We're going to do this. We're going to do this.
Come give me that cash.
Lutzy and Nikki Osborne's $50,000 Mystery Voices. Guess these 4 voices.
I have listened to
Nova.
And win a guaranteed $50,000.
Yeah, second bite at Mystery Voices.
Does this happen every day?
It does indeed.
Okay.
2 chances. We had none from 4 at 7 a.m. This morning, Nikki.
Connor from Hillcrest has joined us, Nikki.
Oh, what's the name, sorry?
Connor from Hillcrest.
Oh, Connor.
Hello.
G'day, Connor. Are you feeling
How are you
lucky?
going? Oh, I'm hoping so. I reckon I heard the other day when it first was announced, the Alec Baldwin. And I can't stop hearing that voice either now.
Yeah, I know, right?
Mate, I snavelled on that. Please do it. No one chose that.
I'm going to pull the trigger. Don't worry.
Good man, mate. Good man.
All right, let's just listen to them again and see
should we play them again?
Yeah, let's hear them one more time.
I have listened to
Nova.
All right, so the first one's Billie Eilish. Second one is Alec Baldwin. Third one is Nicole Richie. And the fourth one I couldn't hear again, so I'll just go Alec Baldwin again.
He's done a double Alec.
So Billie Eilish, Alec Baldwin, Nicole Richie,
Connor,
and then, Alec Baldwin again, number 4.
Connor, I can say that you have got 0 from 4.
Someone had to pull the trigger.
That's all right.
I told you it wasn't Alec Baldwin, mate, but you wouldn't listen.
Well, at least we can take him out now, right?
Exactly.
It's a shame because they've all got connections to Nikki. I would have liked to have known what that connection was if it had have been Alec Baldwin. But
yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. Maybe like a mystery date or something like that.
Yeah,
might be getting some little news out.
Yeah.
I do a very good joke about Alec.
No, you can't tell it. You've already told us that. Not even on the podcast. It's dark.
I'm just I'm kind of teasing for when the stand-up special finally comes out on Channel 7.
Yeah, I think I know what the premise, not the premise, but the.
Oh, it's totes inappropriate.
Yeah, I know. I know where it's coming from. Yeah.
Speaking of which, my Weather Girl sketch, which we weren't allowed to play on air in case that got us in trouble, that's hit 20 million views.
Oh, what?
Thank you.
That's ridiculous, but we can't play it.
I know. In a week. I don't know. We might be able to play it now. We're just waiting.
What are they going to do? Fire us?
What are they going to do?
I don't know. Well, let's just wait till nobody gets washed away, and then maybe we can play it. When it's irrelevant, we'll play it.
When it's completely irrelevant.
When we can heal through humour.
Yeah.
Next chance, Mystery Voices coming up tomorrow.
Such a wanker today, Ash.
The Ash, Lutzy and Nikki Osborne podcast.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Windsor Gardens or download the Revo Fitness app, revofitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.